Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Here we are, another day. Last night we watched Black Panther. Very good film.
It's so good.
We were lucky enough to go to the premiere, weren't we? In London.
Yeah.
Hammersmith. And it was crazy, wasn't it? Like how they were in the audience.
Oh my god, it was.
It was like a rock concert.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was so good.
Yeah, it was really cool.
I think it might be my favourite Marvel movie thus far.
Yeah?
Well, I just think the story is stronger than any other Marvel movie. And I feel like because Black Panther's only in Civil War, is that the only other one that he's in?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
Like, that's the first time you see him.
Yeah.
When you're watching chronologically, that's the first time you see him. I just feel like because he's only in that one other movie, Black Panther's just like a standalone film. It's got its own story from start to finish, you know what I mean? That story doesn't then seep into other Marvel movies. Like, he's in other Marvel movies, but you kind of just get the origin story of Black Panther. Whereas I feel like with Iron Man, I'm like, oh, which movie was that? Because there's Iron Man 1, Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3, then he's in all of the Avengers. Which movie did that happen in? I'm thinking of that moment with Iron Man, but I can't remember which movie that happened in.
Yeah.
Whereas Black Panther's just Black Panther.
But they are going to make another one, aren't they?
I hope so.
They are going to make a Black Panther 2, because I think it was like the highest grossing like standalone film, I think, in the franchise.
It's so good.
Obviously, like Endgame and Infinity War made more money and stuff, but as a standalone film, I think it did really, really well. So I think that's going to happen again.
I also just feel like all the women in that movie are stronger than most of the women in it.
Yeah, it's really good, isn't it? Because you've got his like sister, who's like the brainiac, who's like does all the tech.
Smarter than Iron Man, yeah.
Yeah, and then you have I don't know that character name, but Michonne from Walking Dead. She's in it.
She's awesome.
And she's awesome as well. Yeah, no, it's really good. Really enjoyed it. I was thinking like a little word today.
Yeah.
To get the brain pumping,
flowing,
the juices flowing is money.
Oh, okay.
I'm thinking money. And I thought this because I thought about first jobs, things that you bought and you were so proud of buying.
Yeah.
Like something you worked your butt off for and you got it and you bought something like that. It was really cool.
Yeah.
So I'll start with like my first job, because obviously your first job was not a bit different.
Yeah.
It wasn't like my first job was in a bar at the Turf and Feather in Birchwood. I was 18, and it was a really hard job because they were always understaffed behind bars. You know when you go to a bar and you're like, I've not been served, I can't get served here.
Yeah.
It's because they're understaffed, and they do it all the time. Because they go, well, if we can not pay one more person and two people run around like headless chickens behind the bar, and eventually get the night finished. Yeah. It's alright, do you know what I mean? But if they have like 4 people behind the bar, it's more wage and they get the same amount of work done. But yeah, it was really hard. I always think about that job, like how hard it was. I had this boss called Danny, and he used to just, at the end of the night, 12 o'clock in the morning, not anymore, 12 o'clock in the morning, midnight, he'd go, right guys, I'm going in the office to count up the tills and stuff and do all that sort of crap. Start cleaning down, because I used to do Saturday nights, so I'd have to hoover, I'd have to like do the brasso, so you get like this like weird thing, shine all the brass. It took me ages. He'd be in there on his phone, such a lazy banker, honestly. Like because then you would go, because he was assistant manager, and there'd be nights you could be on with the manager, and she'd be in and out. What takes him about an hour would take her about 10 minutes, and then she'd come and help. But yeah, oh my god, I used to get work so hard. I would never forget that. And I used to get my money at the end of the week in a little brown, because it wasn't in the bank, it was just cash in hand. Little brown little thingy. I want to spend my money.
Brown what?
Like a little brown envelope.
Oh.
Said Ollie on it, yeah.
Oh.
It was really sweet. And I used to, because I worked another job when I was like in another bar when I was training. And it got to the point where I was like wanting more money, that I would also be a cleaner. So I used to get up at like 5 AM, 6 AM, go to the bar. So I used to work behind the bar at night, but go in the morning and do their cleaning slot. And that was hard as well.
How old were you?
About 18, 19. Used to go there and just like clean, like put the TV on, because I used to like unlock it and like do everything, like yeah, it was crazy. Turn the fridges on or whatever, and yeah, just mop the floor, like do the morning cleaning slot. And it used to be like, the money was terrible. Maybe the one thing that I bought, and I was like, oh, this is really cool, was my laptop actually, which is still over there. I think it was my first couple of wage packets from Mormon, because I've always had like PCs, like desktop PCs, and I didn't have one anymore, so I was like, I'll buy a laptop, and that cost me about, I think it was about £1,000. I still got it. But yeah, what about you?
Well, my first job was when I was 16, and it was working for Universal Music, because they'd signed the soundtrack to the musical that my brother and I were writing. So they kept me on retainer because I was then going out for meetings to like pitch this musical to TV companies and film companies. And I was like, they were paying me well.
Yeah.
As a 16-year-old on her first job, they were paying me well.
Yeah.
And so I can't remember how it all worked out. But we were in the recording studio recording, and my brother was like on his laptop and on his phone. And he was like, guys, John Williams is playing the Hollywood Bowl this weekend. I think I'm gonna go. And one by one we all went, oh my god, I'm coming, oh my god, I'm coming. And I was like, oh my god, I can actually come, because I've actually got the money in my bank account to pay for it.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this is amazing. And so the first thing I spent my first like few months' wages on was a first class ticket to Hollywood and a ticket to John Williams at the Hollywood Bowl.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah, that's the first thing I ever spent money that I'd earned as an adult.
Yeah.
Because I'd earned money as a kid,
Yeah.
but that had all gone into like bonds and like trust funds
Savings
that I couldn't access until I was like 18.
Yeah. That's amazing. Would you ever work behind a bar? I know you wouldn't. You don't have to, but would you think you'd enjoy it?
Do you know what? I think there's elements of it that I would. Yeah. I think I'd be, if I worked in especially right around here where you get the same people coming in every day, the people like Jim, my old man mate on the bus.
Yeah.
I think I'd get really good at like knowing who people were and what their orders were. And
the bar I worked in as well, like, I don't know if you can say this today, but they do prefer the ladies, because you can imagine the clientele, older men.
It's a bit gross, basically, is what you're saying.
Yeah, but not in a sexual way. They just prefer to talk to ladies. They do.
Right.
It's true. So the girls always get tipped more. But yeah, it's true. It used to be like in the bar I used to work in. Like you get like proper drinkers though. That's the thing, and they stress. I've never seen anyone stress so much over a drink.
What do you mean?
Like if I was pouring one time, I remember I was pouring a pint and I had no like head on it, because it was like obviously the barrel was not good or whatever. So I give it a little swill like that just to get a bit of action. And the guy was like, whoa, bloody hell, you're making it flat, like. Sorry, oh god. They sorry. They stress, like, and if they're like you serve someone else before them, they get like, because it's their bit, they want it. They want their lager quick and cold. Do you know what I mean? So they stress. I remember one time I was collecting glasses, which is the worst job ever, because the amount of times you see an empty glass, it's literally got about like a mouth for an ant amount left. And you go to grab it and you're like, bloody hell, I've got loads in that. Like, and they stress. Yeah.
That's so bizarre.
Stay behind the bar. Don't go out there with the riff-raff.
I think I really enjoy making cocktails.
Yeah.
I think I'd really enjoy that.
Yeah.
If I worked somewhere like the Botanist.
Yeah.
I think I'd absolutely love that. It's like potion making.
Would you ever do like waiting on? Would you ever be a waitress?
Again, I think I'd be really good at like talking to people.
I think you'd be a good waitress.
I think I'd be really good at talking to people. I think I'd be really good at like remembering orders. Carrying the plates, however, I think I'd struggle.
See, I only ever did, because I was a waiter as well, in my like second bar job, in the one I used to clean in the morning. I worked everywhere, I did everything there. So I was also a waiter. And you know when people like carry like 1, 2 and 3, never did it, because I'm thinking, what is the point? I'd rather make the extra trip back, knowing full well that I'm not going to drop it. And he used to be like, come on, like, because the head chef, I've never told this story, the one he said he's going to put my head in a fryer. I've told that story.
Definitely not.
We'll get to that. He's like, come on, you need to like carry 3, and I was like, mate, you've just spent 20 minutes, half an hour making this food. I'm not chancing it. I'd rather make it pretty quick. I'll rather do the extra journey.
And how cold is it going to get in 30 seconds?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think you'd be a good waiter. or waitress. Yeah, so the story about the head in the fryer. Oh man. So, what?
I just feel like this is going to be a good one.
Yeah, it's pretty good. So I was a waiter in a bar called, I'll tell you, Pablo's in Liverpool. I think it's shut now. Like any sort of restaurant, the menu changes quite a lot, like seasonal changes. And I went to a table of 2, and the menu said something like apple tart on it. And when I took the order off the guy, I was like, oh, can I have the tart, please? And on the menu it said apple, but our last tart was like, say, lemon, I can't remember.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, so I put 2 lemon tarts, because he didn't specify, whatever. Not his fault, not sort of my fault really, but I went back and went, 2 lemon tarts, please. So then they made 2 lemon tarts, but I say made them, they literally got them out of the fridge and just, they were already made, and just put a dollop of ice cream next to them.
Yeah.
I went out with these lemon tarts, and then the guy was like, oh, we wanted apple. Literally not the biggest problem in the world ever. So I came back, was like, what was his name? Can't remember his name, the chef. But he's like a quite small guy, can't remember his name. I was like, oh mate, like they wanted apple tarts, not lemon, and he flipped. Like chefs, not all of them are crazy. He's like, why you put lemon? He's like, you put lemon tart. He was like out with this slip in my head, like my face, going, you put lemon tart. I was like, yeah mate, I didn't know the menu changed. He said tart and I got it wrong, but I was like, he's pretty sound, the guy I give lemon, he just wants his apple tart.
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
Like, he's like, no, like flipping. I was like, because I knew where the fridge was, and I could help out sometimes. I was like, I'll go and do it. I can get an apple tart out and put a dollop of ice cream on it. So I'll go and do it. So I said, oh, shut up. Walked into the what you call it, like where the desserts are, came back out and he was there, like in my face. He was like, I'm sick of you, I'm gonna grab your head and throw it in this fryer. And I was right next to the chip fat fryer. And I was like, you're mental, like having this massive argument. And he's like, get out of my kitchen. Like lost it, he said he's gonna kill me basically. So I walked out of his kitchen and I walked behind the bar and the boss was there, Andy. She's like, what's up, what's going wrong? I was like, what's up with you? Like, and I was a bit emotional to be honest. I was like,
yeah, being confronted like that. And how old were you?
About 18, 19.
Yeah, that's not fair to do to someone that young.
And it was one of those days as well. It's like a 12-hour shift on a Sunday. It was mad busy. And I just went, I don't get paid enough to do this. There's a tip jar there, which was like predominantly not all mine, but a lot of it was mine because I was there for like the 12-hour shift. Literally just tipped it across the bar so it went everywhere. Like, be like on our side of the bar though, not like where the punters were. Just went like that with like loads of it, put it in my pocket, and went bye, and walked off. Didn't go back. I walked out, I was like, I don't get paid enough for this. Not having someone like
you don't get paid
to kill me.
Someone.
And then I walked out, and then I was getting like messages from the manager saying, "Oh, Ollie, come back. I've had a word with him. He's sorry." And then didn't go back for months. And then one day she called me and said, "Listen, like, we'd like you to come back. The chef's left." I can't remember his name. It's so annoying. The chef's left. So then I went back because I didn't have another job. And then about a year later, that chef came back to work at Pablo's, and he was all right. He was alright in the end. He said to me, he was like, "You don't like me, do you?" And I was like, "No, I don't." Like, literally, because I remember that time, he said he was going to kill me. I was like, "No, I don't like you." He's like, "Oh, alright, fair enough." And then eventually, sort of, he tried and tried and tried, and he was actually alright. I think he was just on drugs, and he was on drugs because we all caught him taking cocaine in the back of the, what you call it,
I was going to say maybe he was just having a bad day, but...
Yeah, like one day it was like, he came in, he was out. Yeah, this is such a funny story. He came, like, we were like in Pablo's, like working. We were shutting down, cleaning, there was no like punters left.
Yeah.
So he was just like, I was like mopping the floor, some other guys were doing whatever. So there's probably like 3 of us. Like knock on the door. We're like, who's that? It's Paul, that's his name, the chef. The one who wanted to kill me, Paul. Paul's there at the door. Like, what's he doing there? Like, obviously, because he's his head chef, so you let him in. He's like, "Oh, you alright, mate?" He's like, "Yeah, mate, yeah, having a good time." Like, because it's on like a really busy street.
Right.
So he was obviously out with his mates drinking. Came in and was like, "Oh, what's going on? Can I have a drink?" I was like, "Oh, Paul, we can't give you any beer, mate. We've literally shut down." I was like, "Alright, well, I'm just going to grab something in the kitchen." I was like, "Alright." Well, he was in the kitchen for ages. I was like, "What's he doing?" Like, I need to like lock up and go. Walk around the corner where the desserts were. So where what, you know, the scene of the crime. Look round the corner, snorting cocaine off the side of her.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Of course he was.
It's a crazy story, isn't it? Bit of a crazy story. Bit different to your John Williams.
A little bit different.
First job. But that's technically my second job. Crazy, isn't it? First jobs.
Yeah, I've never had a job like that. I kind of wish I had.
Yeah, it's weird because I look back and go, I don't. Like if I could like have the opportunity to like, you know, not have done that. But then again, it's pretty fun because like when I go back to Birchwood in Warrington where I'm from, and I go into like the turf and feather, they all still recognise me. They're all like, "Right, mate, how you doing? How's life? You doing that acting, aren't you?" It's like, yeah. Like, been on TV yet? No. Yeah, well, sort of. But yeah, so it is nice to go back and see.
Yeah, I'm very lucky that I've always been able to do what I've wanted to do, because I feel like if I had jobs like that, they'd just be funding my way to being an actress.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, that's what mine was.
So I feel like I'm very lucky that I've always just been able to do what I've always wanted to do. But there is part of me that goes, I wish I'd just had a taste of doing something like that.
I think some jobs are amazing, but like especially when you're young though, I think you do get taken advantage of a bit.
Yeah.
In terms of like, if you're 18, it's your first job, some managers are like, yeah, you do that, Ollie, and you clean that as well. And you're like, all right, and you just don't realise.
Yeah.
And you do work work really hard. But I mean, it is what it is, isn't it? In my first job, there was a massive fight in the car park once. As you can imagine, a pub, lads getting drunk and all that sort of crap. And I was 18, so again, my first job. This is, huge fight. I was like, I'm not getting involved in that. So I was like stood watching this fight, and I was like, there's no way I'm jumping in the middle of that as an 18-year-old. There's like men in there. There's like 40-year-old, 30-year-old men throwing bombs. I'm like, no way. So I'm stood there with like my broom or whatever, my mop, like, and then my mate Danny runs in, like another Danny, not the manager, runs in and starts breaking it up. And then it finally fizzles out, and they've been up the alarm and they go away, whatever. And then Danny says to me behind the bar, like 10 minutes later, he's like, "You're a joke, you are, mate." I was like, "What?" He's like, "You can't believe you just left me to do it, and you're not getting in there to stop the fight." I was like, "It's not my job though, is it?" And he's like, "Yeah, it is though." And I was like,
does that say that in your contract, in your job description?
/ barrister. Yeah. I was like, no, it's not. Like, I'm a barman. Like, I'm not going to run in there and try to stop a fight, like a huge fight between like 15 people. He's like, yeah, but you should really though. It's like etiquette or whatever. I don't know what he was saying. He's talking out of his arse.
Yeah.
But like, I was like, no way. It's like, I'm not jumping in the middle of that.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Yeah. That was a little funny story. Well, that's that, isn't it?
Yeah.
First jobs, money. Fun times had.
That hurt.
A bit. Right, everyone, it's time to go. Bye. Be safe out there. Don't.
Leave me this way.
Don't survive without your sweet love.
Don't leave
me this way, baby. You. Doesn't he go into that? I don't know. Right, bye everyone.